Welcome back to Midnight Digital Decay. August 31st, 1422 AD. As the 100 Years' War raged on, the town of Meaux in France found itself under siege. The English forces, led by the Duke of Bedford, had surrounded the city, and tensions ran high. On this day, a strange phenomenon occurred that would haunt the survivors for generations. At dawn, the sky above Meaux turned a deep, unnatural red, as if the heavens themselves were bleeding. As the sun rose, the first drops of rain began to fall, thick crimson droplets that stained the cobblestones and soaked into the earth. The rain fell steadily throughout the day, covering the town in a red sheen. The English soldiers, already on edge, began to whisper of omens and curses, while within the city walls, the French defenders prayed for deliverance. But as the day wore on, the rain showed no signs of stopping. The streets of Meaux ran red with the strange liquid which clung to everything it touched, leaving a sticky residue that refused to wash away. The townspeople who came into contact with the rain soon fell ill, their skin breaking out in painful blisters that oozed the same crimson fluid. By nightfall, the town was in chaos, the defenders too weak to continue the fight, and the English too terrified to press their advantage. The siege was lifted the following day, the English retreating in fear, leaving Meaux to its grisly fate. The crimson rain was never explained, and those who survived spoke of it in hushed tones, fearing that to speak of it too loudly would summon it again. August 31st, 1839 AD. The people of Charleston, South Carolina, were no strangers to hurricanes. They had weathered many storms, but nothing could have prepared them for what came on this day. The morning was calm, with a strange stillness in the air that made even the birds uneasy. Then, without warning, the wind began to howl. Not the deafening roar of a typical hurricane, but a low, mournful wail that seemed to come from the earth itself. The skies darkened, and the ocean receded as if being drawn into the mouth of a giant beast. But when the storm arrived, it did so in silence. The winds whipped through the streets at impossible speeds, yet there was no sound. No crashing waves, no shattering glass, only the eerie, oppressive silence that hung over the city like a shroud. Buildings crumbled, trees were uprooted, and the harbor was torn apart, but all in a ghostly quiet that left the survivors in a state of shock. When the storm finally passed, the city lay in ruins, the once vibrant port reduced to rubble. The people who lived through it found themselves unable to speak of the event, their voices hoarse and strained, as if the silence had seeped into their very bones. For years after, Charleston was known as the Silent City, a place where even the whisper of the wind was met with fear. August 31st, 1916 AD. In the midst of World War I, the Battle of the Somme was one of the bloodiest conflicts ever witnessed. On this day, the battlefield was transformed in a way that defied all understanding. As night fell, the soldiers on both sides noticed a strange glow emanating from the ground. At first, it was thought to be flares or some new weapon, but as the light grew brighter, it became clear that it was something else entirely. The soil, soaked with the blood of thousands, began to emit a soft, greenish-blue phosphorescence, casting an eerie glow across the battlefield. The light illuminated the shattered landscape, revealing the ghastly remnants of the day's fighting, broken bodies, twisted metal, and the turned earth of no man's land. But there was something else too. shapes that move just beyond the edge of vision, figures that seem to flicker in and out of existence, their outlines shimmering in the unnatural light. The soldiers, hardened by months of war, found themselves gripped by an unexplainable terror, as if the very ground beneath them was alive, haunted by the spirits of the dead. The phosphorescence lingered for days, slowly fading as the battle raged on, but those who witnessed it would never forget the sight of the glowing fields, the spectral figures, and the feeling that something far older than the war itself had been awakened beneath the Somme. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more of this content. It lets me know people enjoy it and motivates me to continue to create it for you all. If you haven't already, check out my link tree in the description for more esoterica.